My name is Amelia Cassidy, and I am doing Song in a Minor Key by Dorothy Parker. There's a place I know where the birds swing low and wayward vines go by, where the lilacs nod and a marble god is pale and scented gloaming. And at sunset there comes a lady fair whose eyes are deep with yearning. By an old, old gate does the lady wait, her own true love's returning. But the days go by and the lilacs die and trembling birds seek cover. Yet the lady stands with her long white hands held out to greet her lover. And it's there she'll stay till the shadowy day, a monument they grave her. She will always wait by the same old gate, the gate of her true love gave her.
My name is Josiane Small, and the title of my poem is Black History Month by Nikki Giovanni. If Black History Month is not viable, then the wind does not carry the seeds and drop them on fertile ground. Rain does not dampen the land and encourage the seeds to root. Sun does not warm the earth and kiss the seedlings and tell them plain, you're as good as anybody else. You've got a place here too. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Thomas Berger, and I'm performing Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweet of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Hi, my name is Mia Oberlander, and my poem is 1969 by Alex Dimitrov. The summer everyone left for the moon, even those yet to be born, and the dead who can't vacation here, but met us all there by the veil between worlds. The #1 song in America was in the year 2525, because who has ever lived in the present when there's so much of the future to continue without us? How the perfect lover won't need to forgive you and surely take everything off your hands without having to ask, without knowing your name, the number of times you married or didn't, your favorite midnight movie, the cigarettes you couldn't give up, and wanting to kiss other people you shouldn't, and now to forever be kissed by the earth. In the earth, with the earth. When we all briefly left it to look back on each other from above, shocked by how bright even our pain is, running wildly beside us like a running river, and a sign, a message left up there that says, here men from planet Earth first set foot upon the moon. July 1969 AD, we came in peace for all mankind, then returned to continue the war. Thank you.
I'm Ava Lubash, and I'm reciting Across the Street by Austin Seacrest. I ran across the street. I didn't know any better. Ran out in the street. I didn't know no better. I just knew a woman was there, though I never met her. She sat me in her parlor, distracted me with trinkets, milky glass birds and fish, distracting trinkets. She said my mother would be fine, but did she think it? The world was a blur of crystal, wings, and fins. My tears were cast in crystal, wings, and fins. She was the first of many lady friends. The tree shadow shortened, she brought me a drink of water. Morning matured, she brought me a glass of water. I drank it so fast, she went and brought another. I kept looking out the window. She didn't ask me what for. I watched out that window. She didn't ask what for. The seconds broke off and lay there on the floor. I imagined my mother's route as far as I could. Her long morning walk followed as far as I could. Nothing I could do would do any good. Suffer little children and forbid them not. Christ said, suffer the little children and forbid them not. Said, love thy neighbor. Sometimes she's all you got.
My name is Olivia Jonsson, and this is Blade Unplugged by Tim Siegels. It's true, I almost never smile, but that doesn't mean I'm not in love. My heart is that black violin plays slowly. You know that moment late in the solo, when the voice is so pure you feel the blood in it, the wound between rage and complete surrender. That's where I'm smiling. You just can't see it. The sound bleeding perfectly inside me. The first time I killed a vampire, I was sad. I mean, we were almost family. But that's so many lives ago. I believe in the cry that cuts into the melody, the strings calling back to forgotten world. When I think of the madness that has made me, and the midnight I walk inside all day long, when I think of that one note that breaks what's left of what's human inside me, man, I love everything.
My name is Mia Angelova, and I will be reciting The Last Word by Nichols. I'm a door of metaphor, waiting to be opened. You'll find no lock, no key. All are free to enter at will. Simply step over the threshold. Remember to dress for travel, though. Visitors are known to get carried away.
I'm Ian Ciccone. I'm reciting Unplugged by Cassidy. It's true. I almost never smile. But that doesn't mean I'm not in love. My heart is that black violin played slowly. You know, that moment late in the solo where the voice is so pure you almost feel the blood in it. The wound between rage and complete surrender, that's where I'm smiling. You just can't see it. The sound bleeding perfectly inside of me. The first time I killed a vampire, I was sad. I mean, we were almost family. But that's so many lives ago. When I think of the madness that has made me in the midnight, I walk inside all day long. When I think of that note that breaks what's left of what's human in me, man, I love everything.
Hi, my name is River Dubner. I'm going to be reciting Application Blues by Michael. The mower alone softened the median. The cloud come over the mountain down to trawl. The valley like a whale and swifts like water passing through her white wing. The mower alone patrolling the hall with the hawks. Soften the median, the cloud come over, the mountain to swallow, where the sky had been and where the town had been. Pinned by steepless and hummed electric purpose.
Good morning. My name is Martina Ibarra Suarez, and the title of my poem is Won't You Celebrate With Me by poet Lucille Clifton. Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? I had no model. Born in Ecuador, both non-white and women. What did I see to be except myself? I made it up, here on this bridge between starshine and clay. My one hand holding tight, my other hand, come celebrate with me, that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Chloe Egan. The title of my poem is On the Death of Anne Bronte by Charlotte Bronte. There's little joy in life for me. There's little terror in the grave. I've lived the parting hour to see of one I would have died to save. Calmly to watch the failing breath, wishing each sigh might be the last, longing to see the shade of death o'er those beloved features cast. The clouds, the stillness, that must part the darling of my life for me, then to thank God for my heart, to thank Him well and fervently. Although I knew I had lost the hope and glory of my life, and now, benighted, tempest tossed, must bear alone the weary strife.
I'm Liam Fishback. This is We Wear the Mask by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. We wear the mask that grins and lies, hides our cheeks, and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh great Christ our cries to Thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh the clay's vial beneath our feet and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise, we wear the mask.
Hi, my name is Brianna Sullivan, and I'm going to be reciting the poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. In the bludgeonings of chance, under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is blown and buttoned out. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the school. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
I'm Bailey Thatcher, and I'll be reciting Love of My Flesh, Living Death. Once I wasn't always so plain. I was strewn feathers on a cross of doom. An expanse of ocean at my feet, garlands of gulls. Sirens and gold, they couldn't tame you. You know as well as they do. To be a dove is to bear a falcon at your breast, your nights, your seas. My fear is simple, heart-faced above a flare of etchings. A lineage in letters, my sudden stare, it's you. It's you, sang the heart upon its mantle pulse. Blush of my breath, catch of my sea, beautiful bird, it's you.
Hi, my name is Brianna Sullivan. I'll be reciting The Snowman by Walt Stevens. One must have a mind of winter to guard the frost and those of the pine trees because of the snow. And they've been cold a long time to behold the junipers shagged with ice, the spruces rough in the distant glitter. But the generous sun, and not to think of any misery, the sound of wind, the sound of a few leaves, which is the sound of the land full of the same wind that is blowing the same bare place. For the listener who listens in the snow and nothing himself beholds, nothing that is not there and the nothing that is. Thank you.
I'm Julia Maglis, and I will be reciting Nowhere Else to Go by Linda Sue Park. Turn off the lights, wear another layer, sounds like a dad, sounds like a mom. You say hand-me-down, I say retro. Walk, bike, walk some more, recycle, see what I did there, bike, recycle. Your name in Sharpie on a good water bottle, backpack, new habits, no thanks, don't need a bag. What else? Oh yeah, tell 10 friends. Who can tell 10 friends? Who can tell 10 friends? Make enough noise. Maybe the grown-ups will finally hear the screams in the title.
My name is Joao Silva, and my poem is Eating Poetry by Mark Strength. Ink runs from the corner of my mouth. There's no happiness like mine. I have been eating poetry. The librarian does not believe what she sees. Her eyes be sad, and she walks with her hand on her dress. The poems are gone, the light is dim. The dogs are in the basement stair going up. Their eyebrows roll, their long legs burn like brush. The poor librarian begins to step her feet and whip. She does not understand. When I get on my knees and lick her hand, I smile at her and bark. I romp with joy in the bookish dark.
Hello, my name is Mariana Durango Vedran. I will be reading To Helen by the American poet Edgar Allan Poe. Helen, thy beauty is to me like those nice barks of yore, that gently o'er a perfumed sea the weary, wayworn wanderer bore to his own native shore. On desperate seas I long wish to roam. Thy hyacinth hair, thy classic face, thy naiad airs have called me home to the glory that was Greece and the grandeur that was Rome. Lo, in yon brilliant window niche, how statue-like I see thee stand, the agate lamp within thy hand. Ah, Psyche, from the regions which are Holy Land. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Grace Nichols, and I'm going to be reciting Surfaces by Kay Ryan. Surfaces serve their own purposes. Strive to remain constant. All lives want that. There is a skin, not just on peaches, but on beaches. but on oceans. Note the telltale soft of foam on beaches. Sometimes it's loose, as in that case of cats. You feel how a second life slides under it. Sometimes it fits. Take glass. Sometimes it outlasts its underside. Take reefs. The private lives of surfaces are innocent, not devious. Take the one-dimensional belief of enamel itself. The furious anatomy of luster. Crush a pearl, its powder. The whole curious seamlessness of how we're each surrounded and what it doesn't teach. Thank you.
My name is Sophie Davis, and I'll be reciting April Midnight by Arthur Symons. Side by side through the streets at midnight, roaming together. Through the tumultuous night of London and the miraculous April weather. Rowing together under the gaslight, day's work over. How the spring calls to us here in the city, calls to the heart from the heart of a lover. Cool the wind blows, fresh on our faces, cleansing, entrancing. After the heat and the fumes and the footlights, where you dance and I watch your dancing. Good it is to be here together, good to be roaming, even in London, even at midnight. Lover-like in a lover's gloaming, you the dancer and I the dreamer. Children together, wandering lost in the night of London, in the miraculous April weather. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elaina, and I will be reciting The Snowman by Wallace Stephen. One must have a mind of winter to regard the frost in the boughs of the pine trees crusted with snow, and have been cold a long time, to behold the junipers shagged with ice, the spruces roughed in the distance glitter, of the January sun, and not to think of any misery in the sound of the wind, and the sound of a few leaves, which is the sound of the land, full of the same wind that is blowing in the same bare place. For the listener who listens in the snow, nothing himself beholds, nothing that is not there, and nothing that is.
I'm Dayanne, and my poem is Burning in the Rain by Richard Blanco. Someday compassion would demand. I set myself free of my desire to recreate my father, indulge in my mother's losses, strangle lovers with words, forcing them to confess for me and take the blame. Today was that day. I tossed them sheet by sheet on the patio and gathered them into a pyre. I wanted to let them go in the blaze, tiny white dwarves imploding beside the azaleas and ficus bushes. Let them crackle, burst like winged seeds. Let them smolder into gossamer embers, 1,000 gray butterflies in the wind. Today was that day, but it rained, kept raining. Instead of fire, water drops, knocking on doors, wetting windows into mirrors, reflecting me in the oaks. The garden walls and stones swelling into ghostlier shades of themselves. The wind chimes giggling in the storm, a coffee cup left overflowing with rain. Instead of burning, my pages turned into water lilies, floating over puddles, then tiny white cliffs as the sun set, finally drying all night under the moon into papier-mâché souvenirs. Today, the rain would not let their lives burn. Thank you.
I'm Andrew Coombs, and I'll be reciting Zoom by Simon Armitage. It begins as a house, an end terrace in this case, but it will not stop there. Soon is an avenue which cambers arrogantly past the Mechanics Institute, turns left at the main road without even looking, and quickly it is a town with all 4 major clearing banks, a daily paper, and a football team pushing for promotion. On it goes, oblivious of the planning acts, the green belts, and before we know, it is out of our hands. City, nation, hemisphere, universe, hammering out in all directions until suddenly, mercifully, it is drawn aside through the eye of a black hole and bulleted into a neighboring galaxy, emerging smaller and smoother than a billiard ball, but weighing more than Saturn. People stop me in the street, badger me in the checkout queue, and ask, what is this? This that is so small and so very smooth, but whose mass is greater than the ring's planet. It's just words, I assure them, but they will not happen. Thank you.
My name is Arabadzhiev, and I will be performing Shark's Teeth by Kay Ryan.
Everything contains some silence. Noise gets its zest from the small, shark's tooth-shaped fragments of rest angled in it. An hour of city holds maybe a minute of these remnants of a time when silence reigned, compact and dangerous as a shark. Sometimes a bit of tail or fin can still be sensed in parks. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Arabadzhiev. My poem is I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on higher vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. Thank you.
My name is Violet Peters, and I will be reciting Carnival by Rebecca Lindenberg. The mask that burns like a violin. The mask that sings only dead languages. That loves the destruction of being put on. The mask that sighs like a woman, even though a woman wears it. The mask beaded with freshwater pearls, with seeds. The plumed mask. The mask with a sutured mouth, a moon face. With a healed gash that means harvest. A glower that hides wanting, a grotesque pucker. Here's a beaked mask, a braided mask. Here's a mask without eyes, a mask that looks like a mask, but isn't. Please, don't try to unrig me. The mask that snows coins, the mask full of wasps. Lace mask to net, escaping thoughts. Pass me the rouged mask, the one made of sheet music, or the jackal mask, the hide-bound mask that renders lovers identical with night.
Sorry. My name is Elaina Dunson, and I will be reciting We Must Die by Claude McKay. If we must die, let it not be like hawks, hunted and penned in the in glorious spot, while round us bark mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our cursed lot. If we must die, oh let us die nobly, so that our blood may not be shed in vain. Even the monsters we defy shall be constrained in honor to honor us, though dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe, though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, for their 1,000 blows do one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men we'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying but fighting back.
My name is Sophia, and I'm reciting the poem The Last Words by Nikki Grimes. I am a door of metaphor waiting to be opened. You will find no lock, no key. Simply step over the threshold. Remember to dress for travel, though. Others have been known to get carried away.
My name is Licky, it's not
He waltzes into the lane, crosses the Fishback row line, makes a jive, pivots, floats from the asphalt turf, black light, and sinks two into the jeans. One-on-one he fakes, down the main, passes into the free lane and hits the chains. A sniff in the fallen air, he steps through the chains, riding high, traveling, someone calls, and he laughs, stepping to a silent beat, gliding, and sinks two into the chains.
I'm Amelia Giacomo. I'll be reciting Nowhere Else to Go by Lucille. Turn off the lights, when another there. Sounds like a dad, sounds like a mom. You say hand-me-down, I say retro. Walk, bike, walk some more, recycle. See what I did there? Bike, recycle. Your name is Sharpie on a good water bottle. Backpack, new habits, no thanks, give me a bag. What else? Oh yeah. Tell 10 friends who can tell 10 friends who can tell 10 friends. Make enough noise. Maybe the grown-ups will finally hear the scream in the title.
The title of my poem is If We Must Die by Claude McKay. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our cursed lot. Oh, if we must die, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then, even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead. O kingsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Line. Like men, they'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying but fighting back.
Hi, my name is Lucille Komar, and I will be reciting Fairy Tale with Laryngitis and Resignation Letter by Jean Debreu. You remember the mermaid makes a deal. Her tongue evicted from her throat, and moving is a knife cut with every step. This is what escape from water means. Dear colleagues, you write, for weeks I have been typing this letter in the bright kingdom of my imagination. Your body is a ship of pain. Pleasure is when you climb the rocks and watch the moonlight touching everywhere you want to go. A silver world called far away. Dear colleagues, you write, this place is a few sentences separated by the cursor's rippling barrier. What happened here is only beaks and brackets the seraph's liquid stroke. The old story has witches, a prince in love with the surging silence of women, a knife that turns the water red. You write, dear colleagues, now these years are filed in the infinite oceans of bureaucracy. Everything bleaches or fades, in other words, goodbye. Sometimes it's possible to walk, although you've been told inside the oyster shell of your own soul that there is no heart. Creatures like you must end as a spray of salt, green droplets floating breathless in the air.
Alright, my name is Max Clark. The poem title is If We Must Die, and the poet is Claude McKay. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in glorious spot, or round us bark the mad-hungry dogs, making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, oh let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us the dead. O kingsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for the 1,000 blows deal one death blow. But though before us lies the open grave, like men we'll face a murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying but fighting back.
My name is Ethan Carbonell, and the title of my poem is Cartoon Physics Part 1 by Nick Flynn. Children under, say, 10 shouldn't know that the universe is ever expanding, inexorably pushing into the vacuum, galaxies swallowed by galaxies, whole solar systems collapsing, all of it acted out in silence. At 10, we are still learning the rules of cartoon animation, that if a man draws a door on a rock, only he can pass through. Anyone else who tries will crash into the rock. 10-year-olds should stick with burning houses, car wrecks, ships going down, earthbound tangible disasters, arenas where they can be heroes. You can run back into a burning house, sinking ships with lifeboats. The trucks will come with their ladders. If you jump, you will be saved. A child places her hand on the roof of a school bus driving across a city of sand. She knows the exact spot it will skid, at which point the bridge will give. who will swim to safety, and who will be pulled under by sharks. She will learn that if a man runs off the edge of a cliff, he will not fall until he notices his mistake.
My name is Giovanna de Souza Matos. My poem is called 100 Love Sonnets 17 by Pablo Neruda. I don't love you as if you were a rose of salt, topaz, or air of carnations that propagate fire. I love you as one loves certain obscure things, secretly, between the shadow and the soul. I love you as the plant that doesn't bloom, but carries the light of those flowers hidden within itself. And thanks to your love, the Thai aroma that arose from the earth lives dimly in my body. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you directly without problems or pride. I love you like this because I don't know any other way to love, except in this form in which I'm not, nor are you. So close that your hand upon my chest is mine. So close that your eyes close with my dreams. Thank you.
My name is Genesis Benitez Diaz. My poem is Recess by Maria Hama. This is the sound of the bell it rings, full of brass, and the end it brings. Once for the children, once for the child who sits alone. His eyes hurt him out, he waits, holding his things. Time should hold no meaning for him yet. You don't learn how to play, you forget. But he knows the world well and longs for the clank of the bell. A bell is a rip with nothing, nor a dome with a hidden swing. A will, a sway, a tone, appeal, the beginning of song. The wild crowd nears, passes, laughing. Here's the sound of the bell.
My name is Matthew Brancaccio. My poem is called Lazy, and it is written by David Yezi. I don't say things I don't want to say, or chew fat with fat cats just because. With favor givers who want favors back, I tend to pass on going for the ask. I send instead a series of regrets. Slip the winding snares that people lay. With the unruffledness I feel as a result. The lank repose, the psychic field of where I swayed in the wavy air, is my respite among the chivalry of clanging egos on the packed commuter train again tonight. Sapping and demeaning, it takes a lot to go from bed to work and back to bed. I barely go an hour before I'm caught whining at the way that woman laughs or he keeps clucking at his magazine. And my annoyance fills me with annoyance. It's laziness that lets them seem unreal. A radio with in and out reception blares like hell until it finally hits a station. The song that's on is not the one I'd hoped for. So I wait, distractedly, for what comes next.
My name is Vanessa Gardner, and I'll be reading or reciting Ego Poem by Joao. To pray, open your whole self, to sky, to earth, to sun, to moon, to one whole voice that is you, and know that there is more that you can't see, can't hear, can't know, except in moments that are leaf growing, and in languages that aren't always sound, but other circles of motion. Like eagle that Sunday morning over Salt River, circled in blue sky, in wind, and soaked our hearts clean with sacred wings. We see you and we see ourselves, and know that we must take the utmost care and kindness in all things. Breathe in, knowing that we are truly blessed because we were born and die soon in a true circle of motion. Like eagle rounding out inside us, we pray that it will be done in beauty and beauty.